before us. Depending on whose book you read, and the numbers vary greatly, between 15,000 and 22,000 Texans were built in various types. But ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, here at the 2008 Naval Air Station Oceana Airshow, please welcome with your applause the GEICO Skytypers. Now they will turn away from us, and you can see that it is a bumpy ride today. Unidentified aircraft that might be a threat. You'll see two of the aircraft on the extreme right and left turn on the smoke and then depart the formation. Now watch, as they head in toward another, they will cross, pull right through each other's paths and show center. Take a look. There's the cross. They're going to clear the area behind them. Now, after identifying this threat, this bogey, as a bandit, a real bad guy, the solos are now in position to demonstrate their next maneuver. The opposing solo, two circle guns pass. When two aircraft engage in air-to-air maneuvering, they attempt to pass as close as possible to one another with two options: maneuver for the advantage or escape to safety. Turning towards each other would put both aircraft in separate or two circles as each tries to outturn his opponent. Diving for energy, these solo pilots will approach one another in a descending head-to-head engagement at a closure rate of 320 miles per hour. Close abeam, the solos will pitch up and roll into each other, passing canopy to canopy just 50 feet apart. Here come the solos. Watch. Steve Salmers and Tom Daly going in like this. There's the cross, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's the solo. I want you to watch for the rest of the formation just ahead of us. You'll see that they'll show you another basic skill that's taught to our men and women in flight school, something known as a turning rejoin. When aircraft are separated for some reason, such as with individual takeoffs, they need to get back together or rejoin to continue with the mission. One method is to have the lead aircraft start a turn and then have the other aircraft join by adding power and putting their nose in front of lead to fly a shorter distance. The pilots must know where each other is and how to maneuver their aircraft to get on board as quickly and as safely as possible. Let's watch the GEICO Skytypers as they show you how all the formation teams and right wing Ken Johansson, left wing Rob Steele, and coming into the slot position right now is Bob Johansson. Now that they've rejoined, the formation will treat you to a diamond S or a snake pass. You'll get a good view of the aircraft from the formation as they wind their way in front of you, changing from belly up to canopy up. Flying these World War II aircraft requires an unusual set of skills. Skytyper pilots must be able to fly large tail-wheel aircraft as well as being accomplished formation pilots. It's not always easy to find the right match, and a majority of the pilots here today are former Navy and Air Force pilots. There's the first part of the diamond S or snake pass with belly up, watch down, and Larry Archie. Now, once again, focus your attention. The difference between this and the two supercrafts is that both aircraft will turn in the same direction. This type of air-to-air turning engagement is used when one aircraft has superior maneuvering ability or to take advantage of a mistake. Just prior to crossing, the lead solo will pitch up and roll too early, allowing his opponent to fly behind him, an obvious advantage. Now close. Watch the lead solo pitch up and roll too early. 6 o'clock. Watch for the lead aircraft as he jinks to stay out of trouble, but watch also as the pursuing aircraft moves into that gun's firing position. Pop and smoke indicating a simulated hit. And that's Steve Somers and Tom Daly. Let's listen to these 600 horsepower engines as they roar by. Now I want you to look straight ahead for another formation change, although this one is very unique and demanding. The diamond you just witnessed has gone from flat to vertical. The references the wingmen use must change completely, and they now have to look almost straight up as lead becomes their world. Watch as the vertical diamond approaches, then we'll peel off or break down the runway into a trail position. The wingmen don't have any visual reference to the ground or horizon, only a visual reference with respect to the lead aircraft. Bob, the GEICO Skytypers numbers 1 through 4. Now if you look straight ahead once again, you'll see the Solos approaching for a simulated bomb run. To attack the target, you must sometimes stay low under radar coverage. Fly to a point that's been pre-identified through map study. Pull up sharply to acquire the target and then gain enough altitude to drop your bombs. And that's not all. Different climb angles and attack directions help confuse the gunners on the ground. This is called the Solos bomb run. Watch they come in low and then pop up and roll in on the target. Steve Somers and Tom Daly demonstrating this. These 600 horsepower engines make a lot of noise, but it's actually the sound of the propeller tips on those Hamilton standard propellers that are going supersonic at about 2,500 RPM that actually makes those mini sonic booms and gives us that fancy growl amplify. This formation they're rejoining is the very famous one, the echelon formation. And if you've ever stayed up late to watch a World War II movie, you'll see aircraft rolling in on a target or enemy aircraft from an echelon position. Today, the military uses this formation to line up for a break-to-landing maneuver, either over an airport or over a ship. Once together, all 6 aircraft will break off individually, simulating a strafing attack on the same ground target the Solos have just bombed. Watch as Larry Arkin starts to peel off with the smoke coming on. Watch him as he'll roll to the right and pull and dive on that target. This is the straight pass. Exiting to your left, flight lead will reform the squadron with yet another reform. That's huge. And not only that, but how can you go wrong with a corporate policy of excellent coverage, low prices, and outstanding customer service? Well, ladies and gentlemen, saluting the men and women in the military and the people like you who support them, I give you the GEICO Skytypers fan formation. Here's the smoke and watch for the break. These magnificent World War II icons indelibly in your mind and cameras. I'm actually seeing something that appears to be the sun. That's pretty nice. That's a portent of better things to come. And by the way, the smoke that they're using, as they come in from the left, is an environmentally light paraffin-based oil that's been approved by the EPA. And it's injected into the exhaust stacks and does great air show smoke.
I'm not sure what's on yours.
Keep your eyes on the formation as they separate for landing. Watch them as they pitch up one at a time. Smoke, here's lead Larry Arkin. Right wing, Ken Johansson. Left, Rob Speaker. And wing solo, Tom Daly. And the GEICO tent at about 1:30 today, or after the, and maybe a little before then, after the GEICO Skytypers are on the ground, they're going to go over to the GEICO tent, and you'll be able to meet them, get their autographs, and ask them questions about these incredible airplanes that they fly, these beautiful Navy SNJ trains.